So you guys, I recently got a new camera and it's a major upgrade from my iPhone. I'm so excited. So what does it mean to be magnetic? When you are magnetic, life is happening for you. It's happening with ease and with grace. You're not having to force, push, pull everything that happens in your life. It is this beautiful flow. Things just come to you with ease because you act like a magnet. You draw into you the experiences that you want and that you need to grow. So we are going to be talking about how to evolve yourself into the woman that you want to be. Because in your mind, there is a woman, there is a version of yourself that is ideal. She looks the way that you want. She dresses the way that you want. She has the amount of money. She lives where you want. She is your ideal avatar in the future. And we're probably striving to become that version. That's the reason that we get up. That's the reason that we do this work. We are trying to become this woman. So I want to share with you some ideas that can help evolve you a little quicker into that version of who you want to be. So the first idea here is that you need to get really clear about who this woman is. So you might have like a general vague idea, sense of how much money you want to make or where you want to work or the type of relationship that you want to have. I'm talking about buckling down and getting super specific about this woman. Any detail that you can think of. Where does she live? How does she live? How does she act? Where does she shop? Who are the people in her life? What does she look like? I mean, every physical trait. How does she dress herself? What kind of car does she drive? Any kind of detail that you can think of, I want you to imagine. So we are trying to get very clear on what she looks like. Because if you're just trying to generally, vaguely move into a direction of a woman that you want to be, it's going to be really hard to get there because it's just not clear. She might have this or me. You see, if you can get laser focused on who she is, who this version of you is, it is like this pathway just opens up with such clarity on how to get there. So your only job right now is to just get really specific. Any kind of detail you can think of, imagine it. Who is this version and why? Imagine her why. What is she doing this for? What is her work in the world? What is her purpose? So really get kind of underneath the physicality of it. Who is she? Find out who she is and why are you trying to get there? What is so wrong with where you're at? And what does she have going for her that you're in such a rush to get there? So you want to kind of figure out what is that? What does she have going on that you don't? The next piece of this, guys, is going to be to meditate on it, to meditate on her, to sit in silence, eyes closed, and really feel her. So when you're doing the specifics, definitely be looking out at people in your world, people in the media, to give you ideas of genuinely like, what is it that I want? Who is the woman that I want to become and why? The second piece is you're gonna allow her to penetrate your being. Without doing any external, you're gonna close the eyes, you're gonna go within, and you're gonna feel her. Let her arise in you because she's already there. You wouldn't be able to recognize these things outside of you if she didn't already exist or pieces of her didn't already exist within you. You can only recognize in other people something that you recognize in yourself. So if you see beauty, if you see wealth, if you see happiness, if you see joy in other people and decide that those are things that you want for yourself, it's because the seeds of those things already exist within you. And it's just about really blossoming those seeds. And that's what the meditation piece does. So you go into stillness, you quiet down, and you let her emerge. What does it feel like to be somebody that has more money? What does it feel like to be somebody that is in love with life? What does it feel like to be somebody that is just in the flow and things come so easy? That is one of the traits of my future self, is I see her and things just are so easy because she's in the flow of life. She doesn't resist things. She doesn't struggle. She's in harmony with life. So that is something that is very important to me that I see in my future self and am evolving too. But for this purposes, we're meditating, we're feeling her, just being with her. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just shut the eyes and allow yourself to feel her. So the third part of this is going to be to start journaling daily. So 10, 15, 20 minutes, just sit maybe with your morning coffee or whenever you have a break, start journaling as her. So it would be nice if you could couple it right after the meditation because you're already in a space of feeling her in your being. So it's a perfect segue into the journaling where you just write and allow it to flow, no grammar corrections, nothing like that. It's just a flow of writing, but you're her. You're embodying her. And again, you guys could only access her if she was there within you, and she is. So the fact that you can meditate on her, the fact that you can feel her in your being, the fact that you can journal her means she's already there. So you're gonna journal as her. How does she feel? What does she want to do today? How would she handle this situation? You're just gonna flow. Just whatever wanna come up, but you're gonna stay in the mindset of this future embodied magnetic self. I actually forgot a step. So let's go back. So the fourth part after the journaling is you're gonna find pockets within the day that you can actually bring her in. So if you have a situation or a question that's come up or an experience, you can almost channel her and ask her, how would you handle this? What would you do in this situation? Maybe what are the attributes that I'm working toward? Maybe more patience, more love, more compassion that this version of me has that I don't have yet. In this brief moment, you channel her in and you tune in and you see how she would handle this situation, and then you handle it as if she would. So for example, maybe you can try it when you're eating. When you're eating lunch and you sit down and just pause for a moment and you bring her in and you say, how would you eat this meal? It might be very wildly different than what you're doing. It might be very similar, only you will know. But what the idea is that you are bringing her in, you are inviting her in to these everyday moments. So there isn't such this wild gap between where you are and where she is. These practices are an overlay and an integration of bringing her in to who you are until, dun, 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 you are her. Because what happens with these three activities, being really clear about who you want to be and why, meditating on it, allowing her to emerge within you, and then journaling about it, what that is doing is bridging the gap between where you are right now and the version of yourself that you want to be. Because again, she's already here. There's just some space in between where you're at and where she is. And so these activities, what that's doing is just bringing us closer. And one day you're finally going to realize, I am her. She is me. And it might sneak up on you, or it might be a revelatory moment. Either way, these practices are just bringing you closer to her in a really wonderful symbiotic way, because again, for like the fourth time, that version, the woman you want to be, everything about her, she's already, the seeds of her are already within you. It's just about nourishing them. If you think of a garden and you plant seeds and you water and sunlight and you fertilize and you love, and then what happens is the beautiful growth of your plant. And that's what we're doing here. These seeds are already there. They already exist within you. You're just nurturing them, and then before long, you are exactly the embodiment of the woman that you want to be. And then from that place, there's going to be an even greater version an up leveling that you want to do, because the work never ends, ladies. It just doesn't. We are always evolving, but that's the practice, is feeling her, bringing her into your life, into your space, until you slowly are her. And then the process begins all over again with a new version of you that you want to be. Because when you get to this space, there's going to be a whole bunch of circumstances and situations that you weren't aware of when you were over here. So here, this version of her whole world is going to open up to a new perspective, and she's going to identify things that she wants to grow into. And then the same process will apply. She'll do the same thing to get there. And then ideally, we're just doing that our whole life. We're evolving as a people, we're evolving as a planet, and then as a result, others evolve around us. So that is the process. I do hope it helps you in finding your way to your more magnetic self, really becoming the woman that you want to be. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. It does help me. Let me know in the comments if you have an idea or if there's something on your self-transformation or mastery path that you would like me to talk about. And I will see you next week. And that's a wrap. Okay, let's clean off my feet because they're dirty. Situated. I can't really see myself, but I'm pretty good. Okay. Learn to be a magnetic woman. So what does it mean to be magnetic? So what does it mean to be magnetic? This is gonna be a long day. I can already tell. I have the windows open too, and so we'll have to see how that affects the sound in here. Anywho, do I want to say more? Let's see. Maybe give an example.